If you are watching and you are at Indod, this is you at Cruise. That's what we want to see, guys. I don't want to do hula hoops.
All I want to is to be close to you, but I don't know how and what to do. I'm so shy when it comes to you, but I guess you're curious, huh? So let me show you what I can do.
Your heart, keep it in your pocket for safekeeping. Don't ever let nobody be the reason you throw it out, you stop caring about it. Don't let your hair get in the way, can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes you fall. Sometimes you fall. Precious cargo, be careful with my heart, oh. Say I'm not sensitive, but I can sense if it's right for me. Don't let your hair get in the way, can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try.
When I am on control like this at yo, like residents here always say, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. Literally, it changes every 5 minutes. It's ridiculous. So, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Chef Albert here, live from Colorado Springs, Colorado in the USA. It's a Wednesday morning. I just woke up. It's about 10 a.m. I have a pretty chill day today. I told myself, you know what? I'm not gonna exhaust myself today. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna exhaust myself, though I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna make breakfast. Two of my favorite breakfast items. And hopefully you guys like it. So yeah, let's get my morning started.
For once, keep it in here and lock it. Keep it in here, don't knock it. Before you try being on your own side. For once. But sometimes you fall. Sometimes you fall.
Cut your potatoes around like all the edges so that you get like a little square, right? So these are all the edges. It's a waste, I know, but you know. So you want to get like a square nyana, you know, and then your square you're gonna cut it 2 times so that you get 3 pieces, 1 and 2, right? And then you get this. This is like a rectangular, right? It's not really a square, but it's a rectangular, perfect rectangular, right? So this one, what you're gonna do with it, you're gonna cut it 2 times so that you get 3 pieces, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, right? And then you get like squares, little squares, right? You can cut it however, how thick you want it, how small you want it. You know, you can even cut it only once, and then 1, 2, right? So that you get really nice big pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut everything, and then we're gonna parboil this, and then deep fry it and season it with salt and pepper and a little bit of chicken spice. These, and then season them later. How can we discuss my flowers? So gorgeous. Oh, they make me so happy. They smell really good also. Stunning.
Don't let your hair get in the way, can't be defined by your mistakes. You know you try and you try really hard, but sometimes you fall. Yeah, sometimes I fall. Sometimes you fall. Precious cargo. Be careful with my heart. Oh, say I'm not sensitive, but I can.
I don't like slicing these too much because I want to taste what I'm eating. So the bigger it is, the better for me to taste that I'm actually eating a mushroom, instead of slicing it really thin and after cooking it, it disappears, and So you want to cut it in fours. So I'm just going to keep it simple and add mushrooms and red onions to my omelet. I don't want to complicate it too much because it's going to get a corn and bacon relish on top, some mayo on top also, and I'm going to serve it with potatoes and bread. So you want to keep it a little bit simple so that it's not too heavy. Though you can add as much vegetables in it as you want. Just make sure that they're thinly chopped. So I'm just going to chop this medium dice. This should be enough onion. So I'm gonna need bacon, right? Just a little pieces, not a lot. I'm sorry I cut my finger. Can't find a glove to wear, so this is gonna have to work. I just wanna cut it little pieces, right? Because this is gonna garnish my omelet. So I don't need it in really big cuts, just small cuts. Somebody sharpened my knife yesterday without my permission. I wonder who that is, because it wasn't this sharp. It got all muscontanu. So just little pieces to help with the garnish, right? Tapule, what's kabila? Where's la? Here? Oh, these are good. So I'm gonna drain these and let them cool down a bit before I deep fry them. Cold water. So I'm gonna pop these in the fridge so that they can cool down completely, and then I can start. I'm gonna pop them in the fridge and have them cool off completely. Let's put them right here. So I boiled some corn. I'm just gonna cut it because I just need the kernels. Normally what I like doing is, let's see. Let's use this. So that it falls right into the dish, right? There we go. Right. This goes to the trash. This is all I need. So I got chicken strips, but if you don't have chicken strips, you can just get whole breasts and just slice it thinly yourself. So I got this because it's gonna make my life a little bit easier. So if you want, you can do the same. I know Woolworths SA has strips that are sliced, chicken breasts that are sliced. So I'm gonna go ahead and season my chicken strips with some seasoning. So this seasoning, it has like parsley in it. It's very nice. Parsley in it, lemon, salt and pepper. What else does it have in it? It has garlic. It has red bell peppers. So yeah, sunflower oil, butter flavor, turmeric. So this is really good. So go ahead and use any spice you want to use. You can go ahead and use your chicken spice or your lemon and herb spice. That will work best also. A little bit of salt. Black pepper. I love black pepper, okay? Inject it in me. Pepper. A little bit of olive oil to help you marinate your chicken breast. Give it a nice mix. Right, so this should be good. We're still gonna season also when it's done cooking. So don't stress if you think you probably didn't add enough seasoning. So yeah, that's why you have to taste as you go. So I've already preheated my pan. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil. So I've already preheated my oil. I'm gonna add my onions. I'm gonna give them a bit of saute. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of garlic. I'm gonna use a grater. Just because I just forgot to chop it when I was chopping my vegetables. But you can go ahead and chop it with your vegetables. Give it a nice mix. Can add a little bit more olive oil. And then I'm gonna throw in my chicken, right? So you gotta make sure that this cooks all the way through. But because it's chicken strips, it's not gonna take long. It's not gonna take long. Gonna add a little bit of more oil. And I'm just gonna let it go. I'm just gonna let it cook for a few minutes. This seasoning makes this chicken look so good. So I had the stove on and I had a pot there and I didn't realize it was on. So I'm put ice on the fingers so that so when you burn, you have different layers to your skin, right? So after a burn, it goes layer to layer. Each layer gets burned. So if you do this, it prevents other layers from getting burned. So you want to put ice on it so that it stops the burning process. My chicken looks really good. I'm gonna cook it till there's no pink layer, and then I'm gonna add my mushrooms, right? So while this is going, I'm gonna go ahead and add my oil. I don't have a deep fryer, right? So this is the same oil I've been using to deep fry my stuff. It's still clean. I only deep fry potatoes with this. So I'm gonna preheat my oil, and then once it gets to like a boiling stage, I'm gonna lower my temperature and start boiling my potatoes that are cooling in the fridge. Chicken is cooked. I'm gonna go ahead and add my mushrooms. Just because my mushrooms don't need a lot of time to cook, literally a minute, and then they should be good. So yeah, give it a minute more, season it, and then we're good. And I'm just gonna set it aside. And so my chicken is done cooking. So what you want to do is just wanna take a bit, taste it, just to see where you are in terms of seasoning, right? You don't wanna go ahead and season it. Next thing, it had enough salt and you just added more. It will be a disaster. We are now still tasting borang. So yeah, a little bit of more seasoning, salt and pepper, and then this is good to go. Let me taste my mushrooms. Man. Lovely. So this is done. I'm gonna set it aside and start on my relish. So for my relish, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of oil, right? I don't want to add too much oil because I'm gonna add bacon, and bacon already has a lot of fat. So it's either you add a little bit of olive oil or just probably a small cube of butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my corn. And my bacon. I'm in a hurry. If you want, you can just cook them separately. Start with your bacon and add your corn. But I'm just gonna mix it together, you know. So you're gonna let this go for a minute or so. About 3-4 minutes, just turning it around, making sure that it doesn't burn. So this should be done. I'm just gonna add a little bit of black pepper and a little bit of salt. Keeping in mind bacon has a lot of salt. Just a sprinkle, and then this is good to go. Alright, because it's done. And then my oil is already hot. I'm gonna go ahead and deep fry my potatoes. Right? So my topping is done and my filling is done. So I'm gonna get started with my omelet. So since I'm making two omelets, I'm gonna need about 6 to 8 eggs, right? Depending how big your eggs are. So you're gonna need cream, you're gonna need eggs, and then salt and pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and break my eggs. Shall YouTuber make it look good? See? I'm gonna go ahead and break my eggs. So I have 6 eggs in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of cream, right? Fresh cream, about a tablespoon. I've seen people add milk to their eggs. I don't like that because it makes the eggs wet. Because milk is not thick enough. So whipping cream or just your normal cream is what you want to use because it's thick and it's not gonna make your eggs too liquid. So just literally just about a tablespoon of fresh cream, And then your seasoning, salt and pepper. Always, you gotta season. When in doubt, my love, you gotta season, okay? Season every single thing. Layer to layer. Same thing with making a salad. You gotta season every single thing. Sandwich also, season your tomatoes. The most. So salt and pepper. Literally just a pinch of salt and a pinch of black pepper. Because if you feel like you didn't add enough seasoning, after cooking your eggs or while cooking your eggs, you can still add a little bit of seasoning, or you can add seasoning when you're done. So seasoning shouldn't be much of a problem. You're gonna give it a nice whisk, okay? It's either you use a fork or you use a whisk. I'm using a fork because it was the nearest thing to me. So our potatoes are done. I'm just gonna remove them from the oil, right? I don't have a spider, so I'm just gonna use this. Hey! So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my omelette, right? So I already have my pan preheating on a medium-high heat. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil. So making an omelette is very tricky, especially if you don't have a non-stick pan. So this is still brand new. I literally just opened it. I don't know how to pronounce this brand, but I love it. All my pots and pans is from this brand, and I am obsessed. Kalfahalon. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna let my oil heat up a little bit, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start with my omelette. Make sure you have all your toppings near you, right? So I have my seasoning. Right next to me, my salt and pepper right next to me. I have my cheese, cheddar cheese, and then I have my chicken and mushroom with onions stuffing near me, so that when it's time to rock, I just quickly grab it because everything is next to me. And also one thing also that's gonna make your life a whole lot pleasant is a spatula, a rubber spatula especially. So yeah, so this is still a spatula also, but it's a wooden one. It's a wooden one, but you need a rubber one with a flexible head like this. The head has to be flexible. This is what's gonna help you get a really good omelette. So my pan is heating up pretty nice. So I've already seasoned my, needs more salt actually. I've already seasoned my potatoes after deep frying them. A little bit of salt and pepper and a chicken spice. These are amazing. If you have paprika, add just a sprinkle of paprika to give you like a nice color to them. These are absolutely amazing. If you have chopped mixed herbs also, a little bit of chopped parsley or mixed herbs just to give it a nice color. These are already done. Ready for the omelette. So I think my pan is hot enough. Yep, it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my eggs whisked. Make sure you whisk them very nice. So you want to wait to see your edges cooking, right? That's when you're gonna go ahead and see. You see? And then you let it go. Right? And you're gonna go and lift it up and throw the eggs on the bottom. Using a spatula, make sure there isn't anything sticking to the pan, so that when you flip, and then when you flip, like I said, you need a non-stick pan. If you don't have a non-stick pan, but a normal pan can still work, you just have to put a lot of oil. And then we're gonna flip it. right? Now switch your stove off because the pan is still hot. It's gonna cook the eggs, okay? And then you wanna go ahead and add your stuffing. Well, wait, add a little bit of cheese first. Add any melting cheese, your mozzarella, your cheddar cheese. Oh, I know I love Woolworth's aged cheddar cheese. It's so good. This sauce I made the other day. I'll give you guys the recipe. It's the honey mustard sauce. But if you don't want to make one, Woolworths has it. And they have this other one that I love so much. The chipotle mayo. Stunning. I think it's like 32 rands. So you're going to add all your toppings. But then add more cheese, right? Add more cheese. And then you're going to fold your omelette. You're going to make sure that you don't have too much filling. So when you fold it, see? It's quite a big one. It's fine. There you go. So I went ahead and got some French loaf, fresh, from Safeway. I'm gonna cut it this way so that the presentation looks nicer, right? Instead of just cutting like this, I'm cutting like this. All right, and then I'm gonna pop that into the toaster. Just to toast it a little bit. So my omelette are done, my potatoes are done, and my bread is toasted. I'm gonna go ahead and finish my plating. Like, this is lovely, okay? Oh, look at the cheese melting. So after adding your cheese and folding your omelette, put a lid on top of your pan so that the omelette can, so that you get a little bit of steam so that the cheese can melt perfectly like it did here. So perfect omelette, okay? No brown edges, no nothing. A Ritz-Carlton omelette. I'm gonna go ahead and add my honey mustard mayo, homemade. Literally just mayonnaise, a little bit of seasoning, salt and pepper, and honey mustard mayo. If you don't want to make one, Woolworths SA has, so go ahead and buy some. I'm gonna go ahead and add my bacon and corn relish right on top. And then I'm gonna add my potatoes. These are stunning, okay? These are lovely. Excuse my thumb. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these on top of this omelet. And then on the side of it. Okay, not too much. You don't wanna overwhelm your plate. And then your toasted bread. Add butter to this if you want. I don't wanna add butter. There's already so much oil on this omelet and potatoes. So I'm gonna have this as it is. Just put it nicely. Remember what I told you about presentation? Look how nice these look instead of just looking straight. So these you can just make an X with them on your plate. Lovely. I don't have garnish. I forgot to buy microgreens. So I'm just going to garnish with small salad leaves. Alright, so that there's a little bit of greenness there. Not too much, just a little bit. So yeah, and then for some freshness, I'm gonna add tomatoes. For some freshness, I'm gonna add tomatoes so that my plate looks really nice. Get all the colors. I got orange. Gonna add it right there, the corner. Some red. And a yellow. Just for some freshness. That's a full breakfast. How lovely, right? So here you go. A chicken and mushroom omelette with some onions. honey mustard mayo dressing inside of it, and on top of it, together with a corn and bacon relish on top. Very simple, quick and easy. Normally your relish would add your onions, your seasoning, but this is just basic, but it blends so well with everything. Your crispy potatoes, lovely seasoning there, salt and pepper, a little bit of chicken spice, and then toasted French bread and some tomatoes just for some freshness. So this is really good. I'm gonna go enjoy my breakfast. Oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, when Jesus walked. My favorite, okay? My favorite, orange and pineapple, simply orange. This is lovely. It's like it's freshly squeezed. I think it is. Hey, what I doing? So I'm about to get started with my French toast recipe. So what I'm gonna get started with right now, it's my berry compote to make. That's probably just gonna take 10 to 15 minutes of your time to do it. This is gonna pair so beautifully with our French toast that we're gonna do later on. These recipes are already on my website. Please do check it out, www.chefalbert.co.za. Sign in if you can so that you stay up to date with things that I'll be posting. Mr. David worked so hard on their website. I think it took him a year and 4 months to create the website and make it and have it look the way I wanted it to look. Pretty frustrated. He was pretty frustrated, but he came alright. It looks beautiful. Please do check it out. So I'm gonna go in with about 2 cups blueberries. These are frozen. I added them to the freezer yesterday after I bought them. So this, I just like doing this so that they still stay fresh. And because they're frozen, there's water to it. So you won't need to add more water to your compote. The blueberries, I'm gonna go in and add about half a lemon juice. Fresh lemon juice. If you don't have fresh, go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm gonna go ahead and add about 2 tablespoons of water. Put my heat on medium high so that my compote doesn't boil, it shimmers, right? And then I'm gonna add 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar. If you have white sugar, it's still fine. I don't have white sugar, so I'm using brown sugar instead. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a nice mix and I'm gonna let it boil on medium high heat. Until it gets where I want it to get. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this shimmer on medium high heat, right? And then probably after like 5 to 6 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and add about half a cup of frozen blueberries and then just let it cook for about 2 more minutes and then remove it. so that berries are not cooked completely and broken and all that. So yeah.
You tell him he's all you see. Tell him you got his keys, cause you thought he needed them. But he's not coming back again. So he's gone, leaving then. You won't see him again. It was convenient, but you won't be staying friends. And you know that, sweetie, you know that. Think you knew it before, but you just ignored that. So now you won't take backs, but there's no refunds here. So you sorta hurt, it makes you see clear that you were just lost.
So this is thickening pretty well. Don't worry about it having too much liquid, because as soon as it cools down, all this liquid is gonna thicken. So you want your berries to still have a little bit of juice, so that when it cools down, and then once you have refrigerated it, when it cools down and thickens, it's gonna thicken and not be too hard. So you want it to still have a bit of juice. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add half a cup of frozen blueberries, right? So these are already cooked, these are not cooked, so I'm just gonna give it a nice mix and let it boil for 1 more minute, and then I'm gonna remove it and refrigerate it. All right, this is exactly what you want. You see, when there's edges around your pan like this or pot, you did an amazing job. This is exactly what you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in jars. I've already cleaned these and steamed them with hot water. I berry compote in these jars. Close them and refrigerate them and let it cool down completely. And as it cools down, it's gonna thicken, and this juice is gonna thicken pretty nice. Okay, so
You were just lost, but now you found, and you realize he wasn't at all like what you created in your mind. He wasn't even nice, he wasted all your time. You didn't even like him in real life. He said he thought it would be nice if we went for a ride in his dad's Jaguar. Swept up in the moment, sitting in his car. But you know he won't take you far. And you know that, sweetie, you know that. Think you knew it before, but you just ignored that. So now you won't take backs, but there's no refunds here. So you sorta hurt, it makes you see clear. You were just lost, but now you found, and you realize he wasn't at all like what you created in your mind. He wasn't even nice, he wasted all your time. You didn't even like him in real life. Real life, talking about that real life, holding.
So I have 2 jars of blueberries, extra for when I make muffins. So you're gonna go ahead and put these in the fridge and refrigerate them. Like you do. Gonna put them right here. Sorry, my fridge is not packed properly. It is what it is. So I'm gonna let them refrigerate for like an hour or so that they cool down completely, and then I'm gonna serve them. Okay, let's clean this board quickly. What a mess, blueberry. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my liquid egg for the French toast, right? So this is the liquid you use to dip your bread in here before toasting it, right? You can use whichever bread you like, but it's best made with French bread, brioche bread, or butter bread. I love it with brioche bread, so I'm making it with brioche bread. So you're gonna go ahead and add 6 eggs, alright? 6 or 5 eggs. This recipe, like I said, is on my website. Do check it out, www.chefalbert.co.za. So you want to add about a cup of cream, whipping cream, right? About a tablespoon of vanilla extract. If you have vanilla bean, go ahead, be fancy. Okay? Cheap. And then you want to go ahead and add about a pinch of cinnamon. Right? Sorry, I'm making a mess. And then you want to go ahead and add about a pinch of nutmeg. So I've added all my spices. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of salt. Let's make it more like it's gonna have all the flavors mixed together nicely. Bring them out and all of that. Okay, so you gotta season it. That's why you have to season every single thing. Imagine chicken with no salt. So you wanna give it a nice mix, alright? Use a whisk if you have a whisk. It's a whole lot better. I don't know where my whisk is. So use a whisk or a fork. A fork still works better also. It just takes a little bit longer. So give it a nice whisk. And then we're done. We're gonna start with our bread. So I'll be using my favorite bread, brioche. I struggle so much having to find this, but I found it at Walmart. It's from Nature's Own, perfectly crafted, thick sliced brioche bread. If you can't find brioche bread, I know in South Africa it's a hassle to find brioche bread, but if you can't find brioche bread, go ahead and use sourdough bread, use French toast, French loaf, and then yeah. Go ahead and put 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, then about a tablespoon of butter, right? And then over medium heat, I'm gonna let that melt. While that is melting, I'm gonna soak my bread in here. Soak my bread. Let it drip. Always keeps like one of my friends, Ilsa, always keeps like a bread, 1 toast of French toast for me inside of foil. Always wraps it with foil, and then puts a little bit of peanut butter on it. Every time I walk in at work, I get a surprise. It's like it's fabulous, stunning. Okay. Love her, appreciate her for that. So there we go. So we're gonna go ahead and bake our bread. Okay, gonna go ahead and cook our bread. So we're gonna go ahead and cook our bread. I'm gonna cook 2 at a time. So because sometimes the inside of the bread doesn't cook all the way through, like it doesn't dry out because of the liquid it's dipped in, you always want to put it in the oven just to make sure that it's dry in the inside also. So I'm going to preheat my oven quickly so that once these are done, I'm going to throw them in there and then yay! So I'm going to put a little bit of butter on my pan so that it doesn't stick. Let's see how it looks. I'll flip it again. We need a darker color than this. So the entire bread has to be this color. Give it time. Can I have patience? Patience king is a virtue. Kapapari. I said. So what's the son? Marhe mamelo o tswala tumelo. Yeah. Yeah. We got so to mamelo o tswala katleo. Yeah. Mamelo tswala katleo. I think that's what they say. Yeah, gonna give it a minute to cook so that the other side browns really well, and then we're gonna flip it again so that this side also browns well. So yeah.
I'm telling you that there ain't no other way. Pack your bags and then you will go away. I'm not gonna be begging you to stay. Said maybe if you asked me yesterday, I would handle this shit differently. Things are different, I'm a new me. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. So even if you're asking, even if you're asking, 'cause I do what I do, and it's time for something new. Yeah, gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Sometimes giving up can make it grow. Can make it grow. Can make it grow. Ooh. Don't wanna be stuck in a spot, telling you it ain't what I thought. Don't wanna be stuck in a spot, 'cause I don't really like what I got, so I changed it bit by bit. It's not ungrateful, just being helpful for me and you. 'Cause we gotta go our own way, gotta go our own way. Yeah. This was not a good stay, gotta go our own way. 'Cause I do what I do, and it's time for something new. Yeah, gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Gotta know when to let go. Sometimes giving up can make it grow. Can make it grow. Can make it grow. I don't appreciate the chase. Now there's nothing here for me.
This has been my favorite for the longest time. My dad used to prepare this for us when we were in primary, especially. I remember he would leave work at 4 p.m. and then by 5 he's home and we are already back from school, and he would make this for us. But instead of making the whole liquid egg, he would just break eggs and then dip bread in there and just serve it as it is with tea. Wasn't as good as this, but it was good enough. Honestly, such beautiful memories. The fact that he took the time to make this for us every day. Very beautiful. Honestly, such a gent. So yeah, I'm gonna pop these in the oven so that we make sure the inside is dry also. You don't want to eat a soggy bread. So yeah, we're gonna dry the inside and then serve it. So I'm just gonna pop these in the oven, literally just for about a minute or two, because they're already cooked. I just want to make sure that they dry in the inside, and then I can serve them. So I'm gonna go ahead and add about half a cup of sour cream. Keep in mind, this is optional. You don't have to add this, but I like to add it because it makes the French toast taste a whole lot better because of the citrus that comes from the lemon and the sourness from the sour cream. So you're gonna go ahead and make some zest, add some zest to your sour cream. Just a little zest to your sour cream, give it a nice mix. Oh, it smells amazing. I just took my bread out of the oven. It's still a little bit hot, so I'm just gonna arrange it like this because it's smaller pieces anyway. I'm not gonna cut it in half or anything. I'm just gonna set them here really nicely, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my berry compote. It has cooled down completely. Remember what I was telling you about the juice? Look at the juice now. It's all thickened, all right? So you don't have to worry. Juice, why is it? So yeah, so good. Go ahead and add about a tablespoon. Add as much as you want.
I don't appreciate the chase. Now there's nothing here for me. I gotta go, I'll fly away to a new space. You know.
Let's go ahead and taste it together, okay? Botle boche na haki soboni. Hey, hey la. Never. Okale. Untlo sa ba trimela ya tsang wena. O ba utla blube. Lovely. So I put hey, hey la. Never. Okale. Untlo sa ba trimela ya tsang wena. O ba utla blube. Lovely.
Daydream with me, let your mind explore all the things we were created for. Possibilities, an open door.
If you are watching and you're in Dodd, this is you at Groove. That's what we want to see, guys. I don't know what I do. Hula hoops.
Whenever you're down out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold. Come
Dumelang. Guys, get shy because welcome back.
Hey guys, so sorry I'm only ending this video and I'm ending it here, but I'm done for the day. I'm chilling by the poolside, super exhausted, so just gonna have a drink here and then head back to the apartment and get some rest. I'm really exhausted. I exhausted my day today, but thank you so much for tuning in, and hope you like the recipes. Do try them when you get the chance. I would appreciate it so much. Literally would mean the world to me. Two of my favorite recipes, especially the French toast. So yeah, try them out. Thank you so much for subscribing. Don't forget to like, comment, and share my videos, please. I would love that. Till then, my next vlog, you guys are gonna love it. I am traveling for my birthday and I am going to see you on the next vlog.